Hello, my name is Twan Thompson. This is my FN57. This is my 1 week review of having this firearm. As you can see, it's in my just little case here, as well as a few boxes. I have a couple of the red boxes and a couple of the target ammo, which is the 40 grain Hornady, and then that's the 27 grain awesome stuff. So, my, excuse me, let me add a flat torch on here. That'll probably help. Thank you. So, this is the FN57. Here's my magazine. This has my cool stuff in it. Has the SS 198 LF, as well as the Black Dragon Fang. You can see there, it's a little bright. From Vanguard. I'm going to try this one-handed, but the unit is empty. You can see down the chamber there, as well as that's about it. So I'm trying to do this with my dogs out of the way, but my dog will just not stop barking and whatever it is. So be patient with me. Okay, so FN57. Give you my take on it. It is a unique weapon for people that are gun lovers, but that have unique tastes. I myself, I have unique tastes. My Beretta, for those of you that know me, was extremely unique looking. So this one here, as you can see, has I'm going to try to keep my serial number out of there. The Enforce, or better yet, let's try that. The Enforce light, which is really cool because it's got the thumb activation, or on both sides. It's got the Trigicon SRO red dot on it, which I am very new to optics, so it's something that I have to get used to, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. So the FN57 utilizes a very cool cartridge because it's like kind of like a miniature version of an AR round, 557 or 223, whatever you want to call it. Now, the cool thing about this gun, it holds 20 rounds, and you get 3 magazines with it. Now, I'm used to having a large frame pistol, which it is, but at the same time, I'm used to having a very heavy gun, which that's why I carry the Beretta. I've had my M9A1 Beretta for 10 years now, and I love it tremendously. Heavily modified, so on and so forth. Now, this weapon here is extremely light. With it fully loaded, with the magazine, as well as the SRO, the mount for it, as well as the light, as well as the pouch, this thing is still lighter than most Glocks. Sorry, that are pretty much empty. So I have to get used to that. And what I've noticed so far with this for having it for 1 week is the trigger does take a little bit of time to break in, because it is a little gritty in the beginning. Let me get this off safe. It won't shoot without a magazine, so I'm getting used to that as well. But without a magazine, that's pretty much a full trigger pull right there. But it's a little gritty. You can kind of see right here is where it kind of has a little hang up. See it? On my Beretta, I mean, all weapons take time to break in. So I'm going to give this some time to break in before I decide to do anything with like a trigger drop or anything. But because of this weapon being so light, every time I squeeze the trigger and get to the wall before the break, I find myself doing a teeny twist with the firearm because of it being so light. So I tend to throw my shots down and to the left, like maybe 1 or 2 inches, depending on the distance. right now with the SRO, this is a 2.5 MOA. Let's see if we can show it. It's on the other side. It is the 2.5 MOA dot, which is great. Now, I have this gun sighted in at 25 yards. Now, I also do a action pistol class at my local gun range. At my local gun range, last night we did a low light, no light scenario. So we had to use our lights. And we were shooting from anywhere from 5, 7, and 10 yards. Well, being this is sighted in at 25, what I've noticed is because of, if you notice here, there's a plate. I got this aftermarket plate for the FN57 because it sits on the rear sight mount. You can see there. So, from the bore access to where the sight is, or the dot, is about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter. So, when you're shooting up close, just think about that. I'm shooting dead center or center mass, and every single shot is ending up an inch and a half low. And I was not aware of that. It took me a while to figure it out. So, by the end of the shoot, or towards the end of the shoot, I was doing headshots. So, every time I was doing a headshot, I bring the weapon up, line up my, just say my front sight is my dot. It's not, but it just, for sake it was. I would put the dot in the middle of the head. Squeeze the trigger, bam, bam, bam. Go look at the target, and my target would have 2 or 3 shots in the neck because of the distance. So at least maybe 1 or 2 inches lower, depending. So I'm finding out I'm going to probably re-zero this in at maybe 15 yards because I know this gun is designed to stretch out and reach someone. So, and at the beginning, so that's what I'm going to plan on doing. Now, the first couple days when I first had this weapon, okay, the mount. I can't remember the name of the company. I'm not going to advertise for them because I'm not being paid anyway. I got it from California, of all places, and it was $75. And it took 3 or 4 days to send. So, if you notice, it's got a pin. So what you do is you take the factory sight, which is adjustable. You take the screw out, put it down. There's 2 springs and that pops out. Then you push the pin out, and the whole sight comes off. What you're left with is these little 2 rails. So, and then of course, it's the plate, the base for the sight. So they send you a new plate with a longer pin. The pin was a pain in the ass to put in, by the way. So the plate sits on, put the pin in, and then start it. Then you loosely put what I had to find out was you put the factory screw back in because it has a lock washer on it. The one they sent me did not have a lock washer, so it kept backing off. I went to the gun range twice and it backed off. Put blue Loctite on it and it still backed off. So went back home, put the factory screw that has the little lock washer in it, but I added red Loctite. Yeah, I know, red Loctite's permanent. So added red Loctite, screwed it down really damn good, and then mounted my SRO with the blue Loctite. You can probably see a little bit of glob there. So, then last night went shooting for Action Pistol Tuesday. Not a thing. It does not move at all. It is locked on, which I'm perfectly happy with. So, now getting used to the sight. I wonder if I can turn this on. Let me go ahead and activate the button. Boop. Bring it up. And Booyah, you might be able to see the dot. There it is. So, SRO is known for dot coming on real easy. You're able to pick it up really, really quickly. But because of me being so used to iron sights, it took me literally about a second or so to understand how far to bring up my weapon. Because normally with iron sights, if you notice, I'll probably bring it up, boom, there's my iron sight height. This, I have to change a little bit to find the dot. It's very subtle. I mean, it's extremely subtle. Like that versus that. It's hard to kiss with the light. So it'll be like this normally, and then I have to bring it up for the red dot. It's very subtle, but I'm getting used to it. So, and then also because of the rounds I'm using, let's change subjects now. The rounds that I'm using versus, okay, you have the target ammo, and then you have the good stuff, and then you have the extreme good stuff, the black tip. Okay, 40 grain target ammo. I've shot hundreds, maybe actually thousands and thousands of rounds with my 9mm, and this shoots remarkably. The recoil on it is super light. People say it shoots like a 22. I would digress from that. I would say it shoots more like a 380 in a full-size frame. I've shot 22s all day long. 22s have zero recoil. This one has somewhat of a recoil, but I can keep my dot on target every single shot. But my problem is because of it's so light, if you blow on it or sneeze, blink wrong, whatever, you will throw a shot because this gun is stupid light and I have to get used to that. So, but take it from me, I am not a gun expert. I've been shooting guns since I was 7 years old. My dad is a Vietnam veteran for 20 years and he's been in the military. And he's no expert, but he taught me everything that I know. This is just my take on the FN57. I love the gun. It's my Gucci gun. I got this from my local gun store, which is Timberline Firearms, which is great people. Price point, I got it for about $100 cheaper than retail, which is great. I love it. So it's a great gun. I just have to get used to it. Carrying it open carry in Arizona, I don't even feel it, which is crazy. I have this crazy custom holster for it that Timberline Firearms ordered for me. We had to trim this right here just so the optic would fit. Rob, the owner, did a great job on it. Let me see if I can get it in there with one hand. It's going to be almost impossible. There it is. It clicks in. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The holster company I got it from is Black Point. If you can see it there. And it was about that. It was about 140 bucks. Oops. That including a extra mag pouch for one mag. So, and I'll turn it around. There it is. Look at that. Black Point Tactical. I've only worn this once. So, but yeah, it's a beautiful holster. Awesome. So, to recap, great weapon. I have to get used to it like anything else because I'm so used to shooting my 9mm for 10 plus years. Oops. And let me get that out of the way. Because of this being so light, I am not used to it. The SRO is a definitely great addition to it, as well as the Enforced Light. But it takes time to get used to any weapon. I have to do a lot of shooting. Granted, these boxes are not cheap. I believe this one here. Oh, 20. It's hardly $28.95 for just the blue box. And you get 50 rounds. Okay. Red box. I forgot. I got this from the gun show, a box of 10. So, got the big box. And I'm not going to divulge on how much that was, but these are roughly about $35 a box. So, I've shot a couple hundred rounds through it already. Still getting used to it. I love it. It's my Gucci gun, but it's going to take time to understand it. Again, I'm not a gun expert. I am not a YouTube proclaimed expert. I'm just a guy that's been shooting since I was a kid, got my Gucci gun, and starting to learn optics for the first time. And a gun that has a very niche market, that's in a very niche market, because not a lot of people have it, not a lot of people know about it. But the main reason why is because they're everything getting so stupid and crazy. All these Antifa people or whatever are getting really wild and are trying to armor up, in a sense, to cause havoc. So I have a situation for them. If they wanted to try anything, that little black guy there will do more damage than you ever know. And that's the only reason why. My wife carries the 9mm. I carry this specialized gun for just an unknown situation, an unknown foe that decides to armor up, and I should be able to help take them down. If not, do a really good job of hurting them. So, again, my name is Twan Thompson. This is my 1 week review of the FN57 so far, and we'll see you in about a month. Bye.